The learning objectives that you can take away from this module are: first and foremost, you will learn about Ansible command line and how to run Ansible command line commands. Next, we will discuss what Ansible facts are. Then we will talk about Ansible variables and how to use them. And last but not least, you will understand what Ansible sections are and how to create a playbook in Ansible section. So let's get going. Now that we have our Ansible inventory configured, it is time to start using the Ansible commands. But before that, let's understand how we can execute Ansible commands, and more importantly, what Ansible command line is. There are two ways to run Ansible commands, either by an ad hoc approach, which means that we can start writing Ansible commands in our terminal window as we did for the ping command. Or we can go with the playbook approach, wherein you can write the commands as a playbook. Ansible playbooks are nothing but a set of sequential tasks. Instead of running each task one by one, we write a set of commands in a playbook. So in a sense, Ansible playbooks are similar to a shell script or a bash script. An ad hoc command is something that you may want to use if you want to execute something really quick but don't want to save for later. This is a good place to start to understand the basics of what Ansible can do before learning the playbook's language. Ad hoc commands can also be used to do quick things that you might not necessarily want to write a full playbook for. So these ad hoc commands are actually a good learning and experimentation tool as well. Let's study the format of ad hoc commands. Generally, an Ansible ad hoc command follows the following format: Ansible, target, -m, module name, arguments. Here, the target is the target host or group of hosts we want to manage using Ansible. The module is the name of the module we want to execute, and arguments are specific arguments we need to pass to these module commands. But wait a minute, what is this module term we sneaked in there? Well, modules are just commands which can be executed directly on remote hosts or through playbooks. Ansible ships with a number of modules in a collection called the module library. Users can also write their own modules. These modules can control system resources, services, packages, or files, anything really, or handle executing system commands. Typically, our applications are deployed on a small infrastructure consisting of 2 to 3 nodes. But in some mid to large scale deployments, we sometimes see hundreds or even thousands of nodes set up in a multitude of clustered environments. Say if we want to run some command on a bunch of servers in such complex environments, then running it sequentially on each server one at a time will be quite time-consuming and a nuisance. Moreover, due to latencies that this sequential flow will introduce, it may cause some other operational challenges as well. So in order to address this problem, Ansible commands also support parallelism. For that, we can run any Ansible command or module with -f argument, and it will actually fork off parallel commands behind the scenes to be executed on multiple target nodes at the same time. Now let's review a sample Ansible command and break it down into its components. Of course, it starts with Ansible. The next parameter is the host group. In our example, its value is demo_host. Next is the module name, specified with the -m option. Here, the particular module name we are using is called copy. And as the name suggests, this module copies over files from one location to another. And -A option is used to provide a list of arguments. So, src equals /temp/test1, dest equals /temp/test1 is the argument. The first argument, src, is the source, and the second argument, dest, is the destination. And of course, these parameters are referring to the particular file which will be copied over by the copy module. As you can imagine, these arguments are specific to each module and can be quite different for different modules. So that is how Ansible ad hoc commands are constructed. It's good to understand the basics of ad hoc commands before we start to play with playbooks, no pun intended.